Hi everyone, Gemmy here. Thank you for watching today. So in this video we're going to be making this cute little Easter basket. Well, it's not little, it's 4x4. So you've got quite a bit of space in there. I've got a couple of eggs inside with some shredded paper. It's really lovely handle, and I've decorated with pattern paper and a bow on the front. So it's a really sort of simple way of creating a gift box, so no specialty dies are required to make this. I was inspired to make this project by a member of the card making Facebook group, and they posted a picture of their make on there, and I thought it looked really sweet. There was no dimensions or anything to it. I just took inspiration from the picture, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So let's get started. To make the box, you need two pieces of 8.5 by 8. Along the 8.5 inch side, score at 4 and 8, and then rotate your cardstock and score at 4 again. Fold and burnish along the score lines, all the folds are mounting folds, and then we're just going to do a little bit of trimming. So we've got the 1/2 inch tab here on the right hand side, and we're going to cut up to this first score line, freeing up all those pieces along the bottom. So just cut up to that first score line like so. And then remove this outer piece like that. Then we're just going to take a little wedge off this tab. This is our connecting piece. Just means we don't have any overhang when we connect those pieces together. And the right hand panel, so this side here, I'm going to leave whole, so tuck the other one behind, and then just take a little wedge out of each side there. So now that we've got both of our pieces prepared, I'm going to connect them using this 1/2 inch tab. So add in quick grab glue along there. My preferred glue is Cosmic Shimmer, but any sort of white glue is fine. You want to make sure that this bottom score line marries up on both sides. Then I'm going to flip it over, fold one side back, add in the glue again to this 1/2 inch tab. Try not to get it on the opposite piece, and then just fold the other side over, and everything should line up. So once they're attached, decide which side is going to be your front in terms of the whole panel that we left. So we have this side here or this side here. I'm going to go for this side, I think. So I'm going to fold that one back, stand it up now. So I'm going to fold down the opposite side first, then the two side tabs and the one over the back. So I'm going to use Collal glue to attach these together. It'll make this really nice and strong. This box is sort of a good size for a candle. So those four layers of cardstock with the Collal glue will be really nice and strong. If you're uncertain whether it's going to hold, you can add some grey board or some extra layers of cardstock just to help strengthen that base. But you'll be surprised how strong it is with those 4 layers and the Collal glue. Sorry, slightly off camera there, but I did sort of demonstrate at the start. So I folded the back over first, then the two side pieces, and then the front piece last. Just going to go on the inside and just spread that glue out, so you've got a good attachment on the base there. So really simple box there. You could create a lid to go over the top. I just wanted to do something different, so hopefully that'll be achieved with the next step. So I'm going to make this more look like a basket. So the idea is to have some strips covering each side of the box. So I'll just bring in some of the pieces that I've prepared, and I will talk you through them shortly. But I've got this lovely sort of gingham pattern paper. This is from the Pastel, Gingham and Tiny Polka Dots Creative Craft Products paper pad. I'm not too sure whether it's still available. If it is, I will link it in the description box below for you. But any sort of pastel colour, anything Easter related will be fine. Or if you're making it for a different occasion, then, you know, just coloured pattern paper or, you know, something that you have in your stash is absolutely fine. So I'm going to just demonstrate the look that I'm sort of achieving with one of the pieces, and I will talk you through the measurements shortly. So I have added some score lines, so I'm just going to fold those and add a bit of a curve. So let me talk you through what I've cut. So I've got 4 pieces, I believe, for each side of the box. So we'll still see the box underneath, but then we've got these strips then to add that extra detail. So you want 4 strips for each side, so that's 12 pieces in total, and they measure, let me just grab my ruler, they're 3/4 of an inch by 5 3/4, and along the 5 3/4 inch side you want to score at 1/2 inch and then 5. So we're going to valley fold that 1/2 inch there, and then the 3/4 inch we're going to mountain fold, and then we're going to add a curve just in the cardstock. So now that all the pieces are prepared, along the 1/2 inch tab that we've created, I'm just going to add some glue, and I'm using the clal because I want it to have some wiggle time, and because this is the first time that I'm adding the strips, I just want to see how much gap I've got between the 4 pieces. So I'm just going to add glue to the 1/2 inch tab at the top, just tack these down slightly just so I can get a rough guide, and then we'll go from there. Once you've done the first side, you'll have an idea of the spacing, and then you can do sort of the rest as you go along. There we go. So I'm quite happy with that spacing, and now I'm just going to add glue along the 3/4 inch tab at the base. And then I'm just going to attach that, so we've got that nice curve within the pattern paper. We could do some adjustments once it's all attached. So I'm just going to turn this around so I can get a better view of the base. So they're now attached. You've got this really nice curve. Once the glue is dried, I might just sort of go in with my bone folder and just push that slightly over so that we don't have any sort of sinking within the curve. So once you've got an idea of your gap in between each strip, then just go along now and attach the remaining 4 strips to each side. So I've added all of the strips to the sides. I am going to add an extra piece of pattern paper at the bottom just to cover up all these pieces, and I think I'm going to decorate the inside as well. So I think I'm going to use the polka dot pattern paper just on the inside of the box, and then on the base I'm going to decorate once I add the handle. So I'm just going to pop that on the inside like so. So I've got a piece of A4 cardstock in length, and well, just as long as you can get, 11 should be fine. This is 1 1/4 wide, and I've just scored at 1 inch on each side. And I've done that just to give me a guide of where I want to attach it on my box. So you don't necessarily have to do that. If you haven't got that length, then you know, you can reduce down on these tabs if you wish. And I've also added a curve into the cardstock just to help it along. So I'm going to add Collage glue again. And I'm just going to place it in the center on one of the sides of the boxes, and then just add it on the same side as well. Show you it a little bit better now once tacked those in place. So if I take it to the side, then we've got the handle like so. So I'm just going to trim some pattern paper to add around the sides and on the base. So they're going to measure . So I've gone ahead and I've added the pattern paper on the inside, and I've added a white base. In hindsight, I would have cut these a little smaller, so we've got a 3, you know, that gap. So I'd cut them to 3 3/4 squared, just so you've got a nice white edge, or you know, you could use craft card for this. That would be a really nice gift basket. So I've got a strip of ribbon that I'm going to add around the top here and tie off a bow, and then I'm going to add some shredded paper or tissue paper on the inside and add my eggs. And then I think I'm going to add just like a little dangle or something with an Easter egg or some flowers, and just a sentiment saying Happy Easter, something along those lines. So you could add bows to each side of the handle. You could add some hardware here. You know, you could decorate this so many ways, but I'm just going to tack this in place with some glue, and then I'm going to tie a bow at the front. So there's the finished basket. Really nice handle on that. A little hard for me to show you on camera, so I've got a couple of eggs in there and some shredded paper. I've added the bow on the front. I think that looks really sweet. I did cut this egg-shaped die and stamp I'm so excited, and added some twine, but I just think it doesn't look quite right on the gift basket, so I've kept it quite simple. Might have been an idea maybe to add a bow each side of the handle, and then you could add a topper here on the front. It's entirely up to you, but I think it's sort of a really sweet little basket and sort of a different way of making a gift box, I guess. So I think it's turned out really sweet. Different way of making that gift box, and we've got that really nice dimension then with those sort of faux sides of the basket. You could perhaps maybe add another one to the corner here, but I think, as I said, it's turned out really sweet and I'm happy with the final result. So let me know what you think in the comments below. If you have enjoyed today's video, I'd really appreciate it if you could hit the like button, leave a comment, or consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future tutorials. Once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.